Hey Dan, congratulations on Saturday. How important is it for Leinster to get back to another final?
Yeah, you can feel the buzz coming in this morning. People are excited. Another final to look forward to, and I think we're happy with how we dealt with Glasgow and the threat of them on Saturday. But I think the first conversation was that we need to up a level, and finals are different, and it's going to be a big challenge on Saturday. So I think everyone's looking forward to it, and an excited, hungry Bulls team who also have come up short the last few years, like ourselves, are coming to town. So big battle ahead of us on Saturday.
Yeah, what do you think are the Bulls' kind of biggest threats, biggest dangers to you guys on Saturday?
Obviously, they're quite focused on set piece, so they're scrum and maul, but then they also control the game very well with the structured kicking game. So, like any team, we need to sort of nullify their strengths and make sure we can impose our strengths on them. So that'll be a focus that we sort of work out towards the end of the week as we put our plan together. And going forward onto Saturday, we'll look to bring our plan, the game plan we come up with during the week into action.
And can I just ask as well, there's 15,000 fans there at the game on Saturday. A lot of it's been made about like the attendances of the last couple of games, but is there a message you want to send to the Leinster supporters and maybe the wider general rugby public that you want to get fans to Croke Park on Saturday?
Yeah, obviously we've had great support throughout the year, and even the last 2 weeks I thought the atmosphere was great. Obviously numbers were low, but it's obviously tricky to sell games in a week, and especially this time of the season. So any support that we can get on Saturday will be brilliant. Hopefully they get the sort of pricing right, and it's accessible to everyone. But we'll look forward to putting on a good show, and hopefully coming away with the trophy at the end of it. And it'd be great if we can get as many people there as possible.
Thanks Dan, best of luck Saturday.
Thank you.
I might try again, Dan. Can you hear me?
There we go. Yeah, nice one.
Oh, thanks for that. Just on the Glasgow, I guess didn't turn up. They wouldn't have put in the performance they wanted to. How much of that is taken into when you do the review of that the opposition you faced weren't as good as you know they can be?
I don't know if that's a weird comment for them to make. They've come here 3 times in the last 6 weeks and lost 3 times. So, we obviously pride ourselves on trying to disrupt their plan, and we did a good job at doing that, I think. We'll look forward now to creating another plan that with the Bulls coming into town that we know we need to be better again. So we're expecting a hungry Bulls team to show up on Saturday, and we need to make sure we're there physically and mentally, and with the right sort of game plan in place to tackle them.
A lot has been made about maybe the hunger and the motivation between the Champions Cup and the Lions over the horizon. Have you spoken about maybe how the Bulls treat the URC the same way you treat the Champions Cup, as in it looks to be their main goal for the season, and that with all due respect to the URC, Leinster, are on record as saying it's really they go by the Champions Cup. Do you wonder that they may be more motivated this time around?
Absolutely no way. We've had 6 weeks or however long it is to focus on the URC, and we've been trophyless the last however many years, and I think the hunger's there for sure in the group, and there's absolutely no way that a team will be hungrier than us.
I see Ty Furlong, there's pictures of him out training today. Did he do much of a run around, and maybe how much of a boost it would be to have a player like Ty back for a huge match?
Yeah, obviously, we have quite a few big names out, but that's just part of this sort of time of season. Bodies are banged up, so anyone we can get back would be great. But we also have a strong squad with a good depth, and we definitely have a core group there that's well able to sort of take on any sort of mismatches or sort of fill in the gaps. Tig obviously brings a lot, and hopefully he comes through the week well.
What's the biggest difference in playing in Croke Park compared to the Aviva Stadium from your experience? Is there logistical or just even getting set up, or what would you say in any area is the difference?
Not much. Obviously, the sense of occasion heightens when you haven't played there in a while, and We've only played there 3 times over the last year and a half or so. So, I think that it does amplify the occasion, and I think people are looking forward to going back to Croke Park and putting our best foot forward. But I don't think from a logistical thing during the week, not much changes really. So, it's only down the road really. So it's not a big deal for us. So, in that sense, it's the same.
What about did the Bulls win over the Sharks? What did you identify from that? Is there areas you have picked out, and what essentially is the key to beating the Bulls this weekend?
They're pretty good at everything. Like most teams who get to finals, so obviously they're quite a physical pack that, like the scrum and maul, and we would say that we'd like to do the same. So I think that'll definitely be a battle on Saturday, but I think also the kicking game from both teams will be a big tell on sort of the result of the game. So that sort of comes down to what we do during the week, and our sort of game plan that we come up with over the next few days and how we implement it on the pitch. But and then of course physicality, everything comes off the back of our physicality, both sides of the ball and the breakdown. So there's a few things we need to get right.
Thanks for your time, Dan. Best of luck for the rest of the week.
Thank you.
Is anyone there else got any questions for Dan?
If I can grab one.
Yeah, go for it.
Dan is Brendan Elliott from Supersport in South Africa. Obviously, you mentioned the Bulls are very much a set-piece team. They've got the best scrum in the competition, according to the stats, most penalties won. How much is it a task for you guys to make sure that you front up for that and almost disrupt it? Because it could be a way of obviously disrupting their whole rhythm, because they pride themselves so much on their scrum.
Yeah, of course. It's quite obvious to see that they put a lot of energy, and they got a lot of rewards out of the scrum. But it's something that we can't sort of go in with the mindset of managing. We need to be able to attack through our own scrum and make sure we can disrupt theirs. So I think there'll be a good appetite from both teams at scrum time on Saturday, which would be nice to see. I think that's what fans like to see is 2 big teams going at it and seeing who comes out on top. I think we just put a bit more emphasis on it during the week and making sure our prep during the week is good, and then our appetite will sort of follow on Saturday.
Now, RG's an ex-Bulls man as well. He started off he played his little schoolboy rugby in his first couple of years at the Bulls. Have you sensed a bit more excitement from him this week? Maybe the fact that his old teammates are coming to town?
He gets excited most weeks, but for a finals week, I don't know if it's the final or playing against Bulls that's getting him really going. And he's obviously been massive for us this year, and we've probably relied on him heavily in a lot of games, and his sort of knowledge and his prep during the week is brilliant to see, and the sort of things he's been able to add, mainly in the prep, the week of in sort of our game week prep, but then also on the pitch he brings a great side of enjoyment and sort of relaxed physicality, which is hard to come by.
Just last one. Obviously, the Bulls are one South African side that have given Leinster some problems. The scrum to win it there at Loftus, I know it wasn't you weren't playing that day, and then the 2 semi-finals in URC, one in at the RDS and last season at Loftus. Has that talk of the past? I know it's irrelevant for this game, but has there been any talk about that this week?
We've taken our lessons from it over the years, and I'm sure we'll refer back to it during the week if there's sort of poignant messages that we need to take from it again, just to remind ourselves. But I think we're focusing on our here and now, the present squad, and sort of the group we have in front of us. Of course, that might be fuel in the fire that the Bulls have got the better of us over the last couple of years for sure, and they're a dangerous team, and we need to make sure we show up and really bring our best game, because we probably didn't play the worst against them over the last couple of years, and they still got the better of us. So we need to make sure we're all guns blazing, sort of going into Saturday.
Great, thanks, man. Cheers. Good luck for the game.
Thank you.